Okay, Gavin, this is it. Got some really good updates and two very frustrating snags. I can absolutely work through them. It's just frustrating because I'm now in the ready process of putting your bike back together, and these two last little details will delay getting the bike back under your bum. Anyway, so mentioned that I was going to rewrite the new map, but really looking at what I had, there's really only three more to do. I'm going to live with the sevens, even though it's 0.001 away from our magic number, which is number 8. But these ones I couldn't live with. So went back in there. Let's just go straight to number cylinder 1 on valve number 2, exhaust. I went in there initially and got a 004, and then went in there, switched out the shim, at least I thought I did, and I went back and I got a 003, and I was like, what the hell? What, I just did my math wrong. Honestly, after having pulled the engine apart again, what I did was I put the same shim that I pulled out of there back in there. So anyway, I pulled that incorrect shim out of there, put the right one in, a 177, and scored at 008. So we are good. Same thing over here. Put the 179 in there, achieved a 6, which is just two below happiness. Put a 175 in there, scored a 008. Same thing here. Put a 170 in there from the 173, scored a 008. So we are absolutely sequentially happy all the way across the board with what we have. Okay, so valves are done. Putting it all back together. Back here on the bike, you'll probably obviously notice that there's a yellow X here and a bolt missing there. When putting this engine back together, each of these bolts takes a torque value. It's a really, really light number. It's actually 7 pounds, which you could probably apply between your index finger and your thumb if you really had to. But in doing so, turning this guy and that guy, these are the only two where the threads literally walked right out. Now, the length of the wrench that I use to set them is a stubby little thing. This is my hand, and this is the wrench that I would use to set it. So I can't actually apply a lot of torque on this. And I was very, very, very careful to ensure that I didn't bugger this up. I've done this many, many, many times before, and somehow magically this happened. Let me pause the video so I can use both hands so I could show you what I'm going to do to fix this. Okay, 2 hands. Much thanks to Mark Avis for this. What was I saying? Yeah, so using this little wrench and having done this many times before, it very much surprises me that this could be my doing, but I'm going to take responsibility for it and get this sorted out. So here is the other bolt, the one that was missing in the engine, and these are the very fragile threads. And so focus. These are the very fragile threads that came out in the bolt hole. And you can see this little screwy thing here is focus. I don't know how to focus on there. Okay, yeah, that little curly Q thing is basically the bolt went in there into the aluminum head, turned it so tight that it pulled the threads out. Now, at 7 pounds and a wrench that small, can't focus, come on, man. A wrench that small surprises me that this is what happened, but this is what happened. So to fix this, I'm going to use something called a Healy coil. And surprisingly, they look a lot like the threads that came out of there. And you're probably thinking the exact same thing because I'm thinking it too. I'm thinking that the previous owner already put a Healy coil in there, and what I pulled out is the previous Healy coil. I can't be 100% sure. This new coil obviously is a lot stiffer in spring. It's not even meant to be a spring. It's just in a curly spring look. But it's more firm than the ones that I pulled out of there. This one's got mileage on it. This one doesn't. But anyway, bottom line is I'm going to get in there. I'm going to fix it. These threads that have come out, I'll put these new threads back in, put the bolt back in, problem solved. The only issue that I have getting this particular job done, inserting Healy coils, is the amount of room that I have to do it in. Don't know if you could tell, but my hand being this big, to insert a Healy coil requires machine tools, basically a drill. I'm probably going to end up drilling this one and that one both by hand. It's a slower process, but this way I could be more methodical. But more importantly, I don't have a drill small enough to fit in there. I do have, where'd I put it? Oh, right here. I do have this guy here, but I actually, in the kit, don't have a drill bit small enough, the right size to do this. So I'll end up doing this by hand to make this happen. Anyway, long explanation. Don't want to drabble on about this forever, but hit a roadblock here. Sorry, an obstacle, not a roadblock. Gonna get through it. It's gonna take a little bit more time. I'm sorry for this, but gonna get through it, man. Patience. My thank you to you. I'll talk to you soon.